today, but you chose to be here this time. So we recognize your efforts and we say thank you. So kwanza tutaanza na maombi. Yeah, thank you. Utatuongoza kwa maombi. Tutaendelea.
Let's pray. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, everlasting. Thank you because of this time. Thank you for grace. Thank you for wisdom. The Lord Jesus, you're going to enable us, oh God. Thank you, King of all kings, because of this discussion that is before us, Abba Father. How we pray that you shall impart us with knowledge and wisdom that we are needed to operate in from today. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I commit the beginning of this discussion into your able hand, O God, even at the end of it, O God. And I pray that mighty and everlasting King, you shall speak unto the soul of every person in this place. In the mighty name of Jesus we pray, believing and trusting.
Thank you, Veronica. After that word of prayer, we shall introduce ourselves ndo tuweze kuendelea, because we can't continue kama hatujajuana, si ndio? So we start from here. Do we have another mic that can go around? Do we have another mic? Oh. So we start from here.
So evening everyone. I'm Daniel Maina and I'm part of the software development team. It's glad to be here this evening.
Thank you for being here.
Good evening. I'm Veronica Kigomo.
Good evening. I'm Lucy Wanyoike. I'm part of the media team, and on behalf of the rest, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shaf Abdallah, Community Impact.
Good evening. I'm Snyder Naserian.
Good evening. I'm Jean Jockey Sales.
Good evening. Ngombe Sales.
Good evening. Isaac Sales.
Hi everyone. I'm Arthur Juma, Lakisama Sales Team.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jackson Nganga, Installation Fiber Department.
Good evening. So I'm Paul Wara, DevOps team.
I'm Jambo. Kwa majina naitwa Hussein Derrick, Sales Lakisama.
Good evening. I am Mohamed Jami, TechOps Zimmerman.
Good evening. I'm Meshak Maingi, TechOps Githurai 44.
And because our media guys are here, we won't ignore their presence. We start from here.
Yeah, Jenny. Ito Anto. Mwas.
Good evening, guys. My name is John Anyanji. I'm part of the media team, and I'm glad to see you guys here. Let's keep the discussion. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jenny. Mko poa? First of all, thank you for showing up. Let's have an interactive session. Kwa nyoniji nitwa Kevo.
Good evening, everyone. Mimi naitwa Kevo pia. Hapa ni Kevo Squad. So today let us have good interactions to jua maneno ya AI, to jua what is the future. Yeah.
Thank you. So my name is Ruth Kieru, an active member of a media and marketing department. So today we have a very interesting topic, and I want us to feel free. We share experiences, we share insights and see how we can help each other. And maybe after this, we can share what we will have shared here with our colleagues, right? Kwani mko njaa? Uko njaa? Ni energy iko low. Kama hiyo ndo energy tulijaribu tu ipande kidogo. Anyway, today we'll be discussing about the future of AI, and mostly we narrow down to the opportunities and advantages of AI in the working environment. So John, you can check if there is a small presentation. We need to know why we are here in the first place. We need to know the AI, what are we discussing about, and see maybe what we can do about it. I know everyone here has used AI, right? Nani hajatumia AI? Okay. Wacha tuseme ChatGPT. Nani anatumia ChatGPT? Hujatumia? Okay, that's why we are here, to educate each other and to know why we are here. So we'll be discussing about opportunities and advantages in the working environment. And let's know kwanza what's AI. Kwanza to define AI before we even go further. It's on a machine. It's normal. So first we define the AI. You see, it's an artificial intelligence, and it's a broad concept encompassing various technologies and approaches that aim to simulate, it's like copying intelligence, human intelligence in machines. So this includes natural language processing, computer vision, machine learning, cognitive computing, etc. So there are so many things that in that AI, artificial intelligence, under artificial intelligence. It's very broad. But now we want to narrow down to the ChatGPT, which most of us have been using. So ChatGPT is a generative pre-trained transformer. And as you can see, it's a specific implementation of AI developed by OpenAI. So ChatGPT is a language model that uses transformer architecture to generate human-like text based on the input it receives. That means you have to prompt it. It can't just generate, you have to prompt it. Like asking questions, like suggesting what you need as a person, as a human now. It falls under the category of natural language processing and machine learning within the broader field of AI. Thank you, I can listen to myself. So, why are we here? And why is this topic so important today? That's what we want to know. We need to know how it's going to help us, right? So, why the discussion is important today? One is to share our understanding of AI, its applications, and how it helps employees and businesses to adapt to the new workflows and processes. As you have noticed that there has been like technology, or the world is running so fast in terms of technology. And as young people, we need like to adapt. We need to be fast in adapting so that we can even fit into the job market, you know? So many things are happening like every day. We need to have that curious mind also. So talking about AI will encourage us as employees now to upskill and acquire relevant knowledge, making ourselves more valuable in the evolving job market, yeah, right? So, and then addressing AI's role in workplaces will help us dispel fears of job displacement. So, kuna that fear of like AI will replace humans, AI inaweza fanya ile kazi unafanya kwa ofisi, and maybe you might be fearing that maybe kitu na my boss might maybe choose to use AI and wapunguze watu. So we need to like dispel that fear. and instead highlight the potential for jobs to evolve, focusing on higher value tasks. So sisi kama employees, how are we going to benefit from AI? Of course, it has advantages, disadvantages, but can we focus more on like zile advantages iko nazo? So like some of us have been using AI, and before we go further, we can just share our experiences wakati tumekuwa tukitumia AI. And I know Dan, I know you've been using AI, right? Personally, sometimes back I checked and I saw that, I had just that drive of like developing a web, and then I went there and found some templates, and then I downloaded. I wanted to make a web, and then I realized I needed to know how to code, you know? So Dan, can you share your experience with the AI? In your, your department, it's a bit like complicated.
Thanks, Ruth. So my use cases with AI generally they revolve around my job description, which is more or less software development. However, most of the tasks that I find myself using AI is driven by the fact that there's so much data in the web, and actually searching for specific piece of information at this age has become tedious. So you're looking for a certain recipe, but then you find thousands of websites providing recipes. So how do you even determine which one is the best that you can use for your given recipe? So in my case, I find that with the evolution of AI, at least narrowing down the searches in the internet has become more effective. And that doesn't just apply for recipes. It applies for anything that you can think about. Even for the software that we write, you look for a certain recommendation in the internet, and you find millions of sources referencing the same data. So to actually get to understand which is the best article to use, which is the most relevant information, that has become a complex task in today's world. This is driven by the fact that the World Wide Web, or like we know it, the internet, has grown and is growing. Everyone now wants to develop a website. Ruth wants to develop a website. He wants to add some content there. But who is actually going to govern the quality of this content? And this is where AI is coming into play. So with AI, per se, ChatGPT, it has, or rather the large language models, they have access to a wide range of data sources. And they are better at understanding that data, classifying it, and at least getting the real thing that you want. So for me, I feel AI has come to play an important role in my daily work, since if I was to search for some content, what would take 3 hours can now even take less than 15 minutes. And it's all about that efficiency, because there's no reward of staying in the PC trying to find a needle in a haystack. So why don't you just use AI to just get the right kind of data or information that you want? So per se, that's my major use case where I happen to use AI.
That's a very nice experience. Is the sound okay? Is the sound okay? So as we continue, maybe we can have a member from here to share experience. We start with Shafi. I know he has been using it. That's why I'm pointing you. So can you share your experience?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Ruth. to share my experience. Connecting with the community, planning, executing work, research, so that you ensure you get the right content. So with AI and most of ChatGPT has made the process very, I can say very enhanced and very simple. Like, for example, if I need to do a plan for an activity, like from how it will start and how it will end, within few minutes, I can be able to get the answers. I can be able to get the quality answers and the quality response that I can be able to connect and make sure my department or the program I'm planning has been able to be executed in a way that is very efficient, because now, yes, it has killed like the daily routine jobs, like in terms of having a secretary or a meeting or some notes to be taken for you to be able to execute that time that you might have to discuss and also do that. AI just give you information very easily. And then when you look at the web, as Dan has mentioned, there's a lot of data, there's a lot of information and content that you can be able to get on the online. But then with the AI, it has narrowed down to the specific details that you want. It's just that how can you be able to phrase maybe your question or your ask to AI so that you get the right information. So that way it has also been able to like made that work very easy, and you can be able to now give you the right information. And in terms of skills wise also, you might find that you are not that much skilled in terms of maybe project management or in terms of execution of work, but with the answers that you get, you can be able to easily do anything that you want to do. So in my experience, it has enhanced my work to be able to execute a lot of activities very easily, and a lot of information in terms of giving out maybe report, in terms of coming up with a plan, in terms of writing proposals. It has been very good key, because now I can be able to give out a lot of proposal at any given time just using AI. So that's my experience using AI. Thank you.
Very nice insight. So, have you used the AI?
Yes.
Thank you. You can share with us.
All right. So thank you very much for this time. Of course, AI is the future. That's what I can say. AI is the future. And let us not complicate things, you know. You can ask AI simple things, simple questions. And I think in the coming days, AI will, you don't have to go to a doctor to ask for prescription. Sometimes you'll just use AI, maybe type what you feel in your body, and then the AI will give you all the prescriptions, and then you just go and go to a chemist next to your doorstep. But apart from that, I think AI can also help maybe youths, or maybe those who are very much committed, those who are so busy they don't have time to interact or socialize with other people. Sometimes you can even ask AI, how do I seduce a lady? And then it will give you pickup lines, and then unaenda kung'ara nayo. So like AI, I think let us not make it so complicated. Let us just simply with the AI, and you learn a lot. Thank you.
Welcome. So another experience maybe from a lady who used AI. Yeah, can you share with us?
Thank you for this opportunity. I've also used AI, and I would like to echo the words that most of you have used. For me, I've found it to maybe help me save my time when I'm needed to maybe submit a lot of things, and the time during the day is not enough to do, like to use my human effort. But with the AI, I can, and knowing that I can ask it anything and at any time, that's what I have been doing. And with the guidelines of the AI, I've been able to submit various things or as many things as possible as I'm required. Yes.
Mary, I know you have something to say.
Okay, good evening. Okay, so yes, I've used AI, but it's good. It has its advantages, and also I believe that it has its disadvantages. And for me, I can say in terms of disadvantages, it's where maybe when, like, you have just given an example, like when you wanted your own website and you just went there, ukatafuta hizo templates, unapata kama sahi, like mimi nimetengeneza website, but I don't know, siwezi jua ile, kuna ile ya kucode from scratch, and then kuna hii ya kwenda tu kwa WordPress unachukua unatengeneza tu your website hapo. So yes, it's a good thing, inasaidia, but pia inaweka hiyo laziness somehow in a way that, how do I say, uta try kwenda the hard way. Yeah.
It's a good thing that you've like noticed the advantages. Let's hear from the tech ops side. Or
What one is that? Yeah, it's tech ops. Yeah. Well, okay, so I like to think more fair as a tool for speed. Oh, okay. It's okay. So, saying I like to think more of AI as a tool that will help us achieve more faster. Because if you think about AI is actually an old project, not new, but it has come to boom because of the ease of how we get information, how efficiently we easily get information. But if you think about it, when we were in college, and that time we did not have ChatGPT, and you had to do a research on a topic, you had to go to the web. Maybe that time Google was the say it all. So you had to Google and visit various websites to maybe look for that information. Nowadays, I think those people who are in college are having it easy because any question you just type there, AI will have some information for you. All you have to do is just maybe tune it a little bit and to make it look maybe real, as if you are the one who came up with it. But I like to think of it as more advantageous than disadvantageous because if you remember that time when COVID came, it took a while to come up with a vaccine. And I think that in the future, in the department of the healthcare department, that will be easy to come up with a vaccine, for example, because every kind of data they want to analyze, it can be done faster. Data analysis can be done faster using AI than it is with a human being. I take you back to the times when we used to do research by going to the library and browsing those books. If you think of a certain topic, you could take a whole day there in the library. Some people may take it as if AI has made people lazy because you just type. But I like to think of it like ease and efficiency. If you can research something in 30 minutes, what would you say is more advantageous? Researching something in 30 minutes or researching in a whole day? Meaning, if you research something in 30 minutes, you can research more within the day. So I think even the worry that people are worried that maybe AI is going to take your jobs, take you to the age of computing. When there were no computers, when computers came around, people were worried that computers are going to replace us. If you think about the jobs computing has created in the world right now, there were no such jobs. So many jobs have come around. Yeah. So I think AI will not replace people. It will create jobs. What it will do, it will automate tasks. So tasks that would be done manually and slowly can be done faster with AI, and actually it's going to make more things more efficient. So that's my take on AI.
So I'm Jambo. So my experience with AI. So at first I was quite hesitant to use it. So one of my colleagues kept on saying how efficient AI ChatGPT was specifically. And after trying it for the first time, I rarely search on the web like I used to before. So it's quite efficient and simplifies the work being done. But also, especially people who work on things like databases and other technical things, AI can quite mess you up. If you just type a question and you get an answer and you just copy paste, you might end up losing things. So from experience, we had a case where someone, it was on a test environment, so where someone just copied a piece of answer from ChatGPT without rereading it and verifying it, and they ended up messing up with some data. But so when you are using AI, it's essential to be careful on what the answer is being given. They are still, it's not 100% accurate. So when you get an answer, you need to read it through, see whether it's giving you what you are searching for. Try to prompt it again with maybe a different version of the question, and at the end, you can end up getting the correct thing. So that's my experience.
We continue sharing our experiences.
Good evening again. I am Jackson. My experience means what I have learned from the AI. Mostly my full-time work is on electrical. So even when I got a quotation, I normally request the AI, the procedures. I get a quotation from the AI, whereby which will be more effective when I'm doing my work. Even when if it is materials, shortcomings, and everything that is expected from me. So with AI, I can say, even for the engineers, when it's looking for like what
make it as interactive as possible. And I have my director here. I know he'll share the experience. Yes, don't be shy. Yes. You share your experience by using the AI.
Well, hello guys again. So for me, I think AI is a powerful tool that is coming to especially revolutionize the 21st century and the better part of the world, because if you study like in this generation of ours, AI is both powerful and destructive, but it depends the perspective with which you'll take. For instance, if you let it become your master, it can destroy you. But if you let it become something like a partner which you can work with, it can really help you. A week ago, I was trying to find some script on how to write it. So I tried to look for some channel was Indian. The channel is called Tech On. So I saw how AI, for instance, ChatGPT, if you give it some good cues, it can really give you some good answers. So it depends. Maybe I think also with AI, I came to realize it works with how intelligent you are. Not intelligent, but maybe how good you give it the cues. Just don't tell it like you want something. Don't just tell it, hey, write for me a script, blah, blah, blah. It will just give you a dry thing. But for instance, if you want to write a script, give it a prompt like, hey, AI, let's write a script. Then it tells you, oh, well, what's the genre do you want to write? You say, maybe I want to do a thriller. So it gives you the next question. Which kind of characters do you want to have? Then you give it, oh, I want this character. How do you want the plot of the story to be? Now, if you give it that information, I think with the technology of machine learning, it can give you a better answer. So I think in as much as AI is coming, it should not be to destroy us. I think as the times, it should be a powerful feature which when we infuse in our day-to-day activities, it can help us, the humanity race, to become like fully fledged. We become better so that maybe for the generation that are coming, we leave something better for them. In as much as technology is advancing, things are becoming more destructive and more dangerous. But maybe for the few that we have, we can use it for the betterness of tomorrow. Yes.
That's nice. Now, apart from maybe the web developers and now the text developing, the ChatGPT, who else have used any other kind of AI, like video generating or something? Who else, or who have used that? Okay.
I'll give an example. There's an AI tool. Once I remember the name, I'll share. And with that tool, you can actually record some video of yourself, and then it will map whatever you're doing on camera to a 3D model. So what you end up having is, if you're dancing, you'll actually get a 3D model of you dancing. It's called let me just remember the name. So with that tool, you can actually use it to actually create cartoon characters that you can use for games. You can use it to create characters that you can use for animation. The name of that tool is called Deep Motion. So if you use Deep Motion, you're going to record a video of yourself doing something, and then it's going to map a 3D model of you doing the same thing, but now on a character that you can export as a video. So given the use cases of AI, even in video editing, you can still use the same video to create some good presentation of a product, or even a demo of a product. So you should check out Deep Motion, especially for most of us who are dancers, who create content on TikTok. You can actually have a different perspective of having you, a model of you, per se, doing the actions that you are doing. Say you're kicking a ball, you'll have that 3D model kicking a ball in a 3D space.
Can you remember the name? Kindly tell us. Or you're talking about Deep Motion. Okay. Now, let's have our CEO. We can agree that most of us knew about the ChatGPT through him. So let's hear his experiences with the AI.
Okay. Well, like these days, I'm actually like using more another AI tool called like Cloud, yeah, instead of ChatGPT. But starting from pretty much like I say during the January, the New Year's time, yeah, just all of a sudden ChatGPT become very popular, you know. So, but of course, like even like my personal experience with AI also gradually evolving. but also, you know, of course, like the time spent on AI, especially in the past week or two, I've been very intensively using AI. Even like say a few hours, well, many hours a day. Because doing what was like trying to come up with a new business plan, and then like turn into a pitch deck for our company. So yeah, like so it becomes a very, let's say, like as a the tool side, it is like a very very useful tool, I admit, because in a way that I have to admit that the AI definitely like write much better than I am, and also but not only that, it's like, yes, like you interact like with the you use it as a tool or like a partner where like you can continuously like fine tune. But the good thing is, if you're working with like say even like say language teacher, right, or something called tutor, or something like who can help you even improve your writing, right? But then but since like you always feel there's something you can always improve, like even just like editing a document, right? We want to make it perfect, so you keep like just like if it's like a human, right, it will get very tired. Even like a lot of time you can get annoyed. You keep asking me to edit like even that small things, like, or sometimes like after that, after like editing all the small things, you want to redo it. You redo the paragraph, you will redo the whole article, and doing again and again and again. So human cannot do it because it's get tired, right? Even like to a point where like if you're exhausted or bored or like just feel sort of annoyed. But AI, they're always polite in a way that, right? It's always like it can pretty much like you can do as many iterations or versions as possible, and the good thing is also like in a matter of a few seconds, it gives you a lot of ideas. For example, even say we want to come up with just like some title of even a section, right, or some kind of a name. For some marketing branding purpose. So it can give you a list of the names, and like you feel, okay, well, yes, it's good, but like not so good. So you keep asking, like them. But at the same time, you can also like ask then like you draw the some sort of idea or inspirations from the list of those results, and you come up with your own. Then like you even ask the AI whether they're good or they're better, right? Like typically like AI sort of, I feel, of course, like one small feature, I feel like AI normally they'll be more agreeable than like a disagreeable. Very agreeable in a way that they if you say something, they'll say, mostly they'll say yes, or they'll agree with you, but like like it's not like a blindly agree with you. They actually give you the reason why like they think like even like your idea is better. So something like that. But of course, like this is like a very much detailed. But those are the very useful too. And then like now like you're talking about what can be used. You can be used like in many ways. I mean, writing definitely, and also coming with some framework for like doing the planning for some project, or getting the framework of very more kind of I say from the expert framework of like understanding something like in a more profound way. I say something is like, whether it's an issue dealing with people, dealing with the work, or you want to understand something even beyond like your scope of your knowledge, or something like you want to come up with some creative way of doing things, or you can I mean solve problems, right? Like solve even like difficult problems. It at least I can say like you just the way you say AI is not always correct. Sure. Actually, like I found, like even so as a so far, the something like dealing with the information, even like on the web, like it's not always correct. A lot of time, it's actually even erroneous. Something to deal with even the some calculation or some simple calculation, right? It also can tend to be kind of mistaken. But if like coming with something to do with advice, like the advice, even dealing with a lot of a human culture, and it can be very something even like very sensible, in many ways. Just give you example, like the last week, I was just like riding a cab. So I was chatting with the driver, and I asked where he's from. He first said like a Kakamega, but then like so I say, oh, you're Luya. Yeah, he said I am. But then okay, I say, okay, well, like then like I say we have a like I start chatting, right? Like I say, like even Luya, there, like we know there are a lot of sub-tribes, But then like I just start asking, why there are like a lot of tribes, and then like a sub-tribes of Luya, like even having different languages stuff, right? He cannot answer like that very well, so I just like turn on the AI. Right, so and then like it's AI gives like some really good answers actually. Like I read out to him, and but then. So then, like our topic goes to sub tribe, and then like he told me he's actually like so I was just even like asking AI. So what are the major sub tribe of Luya in Kakamega, right? Then like he start telling me it's not the it's like the village away from Kakamega, probably like 40 kilometers away, which is actually they belong to an even smaller. Like I mean, not like another sub-tribe. It's not like the majority one, like in Kakamega. So he gave me like the village. So I was just like asking AI, right? So I say like, okay, tell me anything about like this sub-tribe, like from this village, and actually like it comes with very very good answer. I was kind of amazed. Yeah, you can say yes, like of course, like all the knowledge is like sort of in the web. Well, like the AI can really collect, but still, something that's quite accurate. And then but not only just like getting that knowledge. Now you want to say, okay, well, so now like I just say, okay, so I just met this driver who's from this village, right? So now like how being a passenger, how should I like interact with him, and kind of in like a very friendly way. So he gave me all those like the suggestions, right? And so it was just like very much like we opened up a lot, like with the lot of topics and things. But he also quite amazed, like that kind of AI can do all those things. And even like one thing I remember is say like, okay, since the drivers they don't make much like income, like if you want to make him happy, right? Like then tip him well. So yes, I did tip him more than like usual, right? So at the end of the trip, but then I was even asking him like, okay, so what question you want to ask this AI, right? Then he say like, okay, how do I make more money by doing this job? No? So then like I just like asked that, like as an Uber driver, how do you right? So yes, like it give a very kind of orthodoxical answers. Yes, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in a way like that, of course, like he being like the driver for years, so he knows. But the way is like doing this is like but like even when he say no, he knows. But just like like pretty much like exhausted almost like all the possibilities. For them to do this, to do that, like to make the income. But then like you can imagine if like you're a new driver coming to this this field, right? Yeah, of course, like you're sort of like in a disadvantage. You're experienced. So and then you find even like someone who introduced you to this industry, like they're actually like making more, or maybe even a lot more than you, and but then how do you catch up, right? Yeah, like normally it would take years because like you just trying to sort of get experience, or like even like figure out yourself, or maybe like seeing what else other doing. Sometimes like drivers, they're not even friendly to share because like they see you as a competitor and stuff, right? But then like all of a sudden, if you just ask AI, they give you at least like all those the list, and it's just like one question. It's not even a very profound question. But if you really want to dig deep, you can say, okay, I can do this, but then like can you tell me more on like how I can what are the examples, or if like I'm even like I say that, for example, they say you should like go to some places like usually the hotel or like the malls and things, right? Then like you can even ask AI like, okay, so what malls like in Nairobi should I go to? And maybe AI don't necessarily give you the best answer, but at least like you can give it a try, right? And then like a sort of using this kind of experience, but at least like it just can help you close the gap much quickly, right? Then much more quickly than before. Even like you're very much new to the field or to the industry. So this lesson is like for us is because after all, like if you look at our industry, it's very new. Like I always say, we are in the technology industry, but like I bet like most of you come to the job still as a novice, right? You don't know much of the stuff. Yes, like like now good things like we are actually focus even like doing the training, or like putting you to work with someone who's a little more senior. But even like a little more senior is just like they probably just been with us like a few months or more, or like half a year more, right? But like for you, how to really quickly catch up, or even like do better, like using the tool. Because the tool, it's not necessarily giving you all the answers, but at least like it can sort of inspire you, to know, like yes, like you say like I'm gonna work hard, but I'm gonna learn, right? But where to learn, and then where to learn like more effectively, you don't know. Sometimes you ask people, but like then again, one thing about AI is not always correct, but then the people is not always correct. Even like you say you want to buy something, you get like people a lot of time, right? For example, like a shopping. When you do the shopping, to be honest, most of the people are not shopping based on knowledge. You buy a TV, you buy an appliance. To be honest, or even the PC, right? You're supposed to know if you really want to get the sort of a best one, or like a suitable for you. You kind of need to build like the whole wealth of knowledge, like say PC, right? There are a lot of specs, TV specs, phone specs, right? But like most people are actually afraid of specs, because those specs, like you don't even know what they're talking about. Like those, what does it mean by like a memory, right? Like what memory means. Why do we need like a big memory, or blah, blah, blah. Or is it like the specs, the better? Yes, but then like of course it's a lot more expensive. Right? So then like but like then like people more normally rely on sort of advice. Right? But advice from your friend, or you think like this friend knows a lot about like a PC. Maybe he knows a lot more about you, but he's probably not an expert in PC, right? But then like but still like this is the best you can go previously. But now, I wouldn't say like the best you can go. Even before the AI started, you have Google search, at least, right? The search engine. But unfortunately, even like most of the people, surprisingly, most people still don't know how to use search very well. Because even as simple as like search, first of all, like the search is like you need to put the keywords. Keywords may be a little easy, but still, when you put the keywords, and it comes with all the I say the ocean of results. And then those results are the links, and then you click, you go to all those like the articles. Then like you're very easily lost. Yeah, most people don't really have the capability of even identify which is analyzing or which is like the better article or like a more like a expert article than the other. You know, like the results they don't. Yeah. Right. So, but like the AI really like providing that tool in a way that at least like it will just try to like a kind of give you the answer surrounding your questions. You know, give at least like try to make it more user friendly. At least like it's interacting with you in the natural human language, right? Yeah. But then like I would say at least like a 90 or 95% of the answers definitely will be more like an expert than probably most, if not any, of your friend like advice. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is the truth. Why? It's because like AI in a way, it's just like a sort of tap into the whole universe of human knowledge. You know, so that's kind of a way. But of course, like I'm not really like promoting. It's not like a promoting or not promoting. Sometimes like it's even like if like I think more in a profound way, I feel a little bit pathetic. You know why? Is because it's not like our generation. Like you say, how do you define the generation? Right? Even like say AI just started, or at least like to the public, sort of at the late 2022 to early 2023. So, but like for us, you know, it's like half of or like at least like a big chunk of our life, or like especially the educational lives, the school life is already over, right? Yeah, finished. Yeah, but now then like AI started. So but then like so then like if like through this session, I believe like most of you at least like will start to use AI even more. Yeah, like as a tool in your day-to-day life. But then you can imagine, what if now like the AI start to really getting into the school system, you know, right? Like the where we say the school system is maybe it's a client. Yeah, help. And then like even like someone like starting from primary school, they start to use AI. Yeah, actually like you can say using AI as a learning tool, but eventually like if it's a AI replacing all the teachers, it's very possible. You know, because like why? It's like even like looking at our educational system. The AI, the educational system is really like the education is like what you learn is the knowledge, right? But in a way that knowledge, you know, like you say, the teacher, how good are the teacher is like what differentiate the teacher is not really about the knowledge, because whatever like like a teaching say arithmetics or a teaching language like in the primary level, right? Pretty much like even you can do it, but like why you may not be a good teacher is like the teacher can really know how to build say the children, right? Like like based on their own kind of characteristics or personalities. Yeah, but don't estimate like AI is a machine. But in fact, if like they start like interact with the AI like on a daily basis, even as the children, you know, like then AI can know a lot more about them and analyzing their personality, and then like find a suitable way to teach them the knowledge, so that they may learn a lot better. Or when we say teach them the knowledge, somehow they may not even need to learn that much of the knowledge, because by like in the future, right? Like I mean, you can ask like about any kind of a knowledge. You can just ask and ask the right question, and then they give you like the answer already. Yeah, the similar way, actually, if we thought, yeah, like even in a very similar way, is about, say, doing the calculation. How many of you actually grew up? What was the first time, like if you remember, what was the first time you actually used calculator in your school? Of course, like at the time you grew up, like there was no phone yet, right? When? You remember? What? So that means like in the entire primary school, you don't use calculator. But if you don't use calculator, can you do some sophisticated multiplication or division very well? Huh? Something like, for example, 998 times 998 squared. Can you do it now? Without like even using paper? Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe like then, right? But like then, like if you're never a calculator, you have to use like the pen and paper to do it. Then you have to, right? And have you heard of a calculating device called abacus? Right? See, I have to admit, like it's a genius invention from China, Asian China, because the abacus, in a way, it's actually can do really like a calculation, but it's only like to do the 9 by 9. But like beyond 9 by 9, now like this thing start work. Actually, like in primary school, we learn abacus, and even like because even to be honest, like even in the up to 1980s or maybe even 90s, like I won't say most, but a whole lot of the accountants in China, they use abacus to actually do the calculation, do the daily sort of consolidation of accounts. It's quite amazing. But for me, like since like the time is already of course like a calculator, and then like later on like a PC, right? So then there's really no. But like we learned. I remember I learned like those like in my primary school. And then one time we're pretty good at, like of course like after like really forget all about it. But at least like the way we still learn. Actually, for us like we cannot use calculator even in the any type of exam. Like I don't think because I didn't really let me see. Maybe like into universities, yes, but like do like the high school or even the like we can. Even the national entrance exam, you cannot like using calculator. Right. So so in a way that so it really like trained. So you train like and learn like many ways of doing the arithmetics or the calculation, like even in your head, right? But like so why I'm using this example is like this: is everything is like yes, like things are becoming much easier. The knowledge become much easier to acquire, and the calculation, the results, everything's become much easier to get. But doesn't necessarily like make you smarter. In fact, like it make people a lot more dependent. But that's the scary part, right? When we see the dependence, this is just the same way as like dependence simply meaning, well, you want to get something, and then it's so easy to get, and then they give it to you. Then like so if it's easy to get, and then like it's a machine, then like it's always easy to get. Then like after a while, right, all of a sudden the machine is no longer there, or like whatever, like the things are not. Then like all of a sudden you become what? You can barely survive, right? So that's the kind of a square part is this is sort of like you never know when, like I would say, of course, like going forward, you will always feel that the world is like at least like in a it's like developing in a more kind of a linear way. Linear way meaning like today is like this. Tomorrow, you think it will be a little better, and then even tomorrow will be a little better, right? So, like the technology, at least like because the human society, we have experienced that kind of a technology, even like explosion, right? And I always say, like even since the last few hundred years, it seems the technology advancement never really, stopped, like keep like going, right? But this is just like a very small part of that like growth. You never know. But if you look at the economy, it's not like that. Yeah, it will like fluctuates. Okay, yeah. When we say fluctuates, is like like it can go up and down. So there's no guarantee that like the tomorrow like you earn more than like today, right? Or like you even like maybe tomorrow is not like too short, but like say next 3 years, because you never know. Just like the same way, if you look at the that thing, I mean, like if you look at the household income, maybe as long as people don't keep the job, it seems like at least like they can maintain the similar level. But in fact, it's not. Why? Is it because you immediately you feel already not only the inflation, right? What's the inflation? Just like the cost of a living getting high. But why cost of a living is getting high? You say inflation, but inflation is like driven by what? Driven by the depreciation of the currency, right? So it's like it's not like whether you or like the willing or not. No, of course it's nobody is willing to depreciate the currency like from the government side, but you have no choice because it's you're in the you're intact with the entire world economy. But this is still, when we say up and down, it's still linear. What if it's not linear? What if like our the reality of our life or even our universe is like actually run by sort of discrete kind of a pattern. Discrete pattern meaning like you actually, there is no real the kind of there's everything is just a jump. Sometimes it's a small jump, disruptive. Yeah, sometimes it's like a big jump. For example, like a big jump could be things like accident, right? And an accident can even cost somebody's life. You suddenly lost someone like so endeared to you, and then you cannot even believe because it's not like some natural death or anything, right? It's like just like an accident or something, or you hurt, you can't believe. But those are like the disruption in life, and in fact, this could be very much the reality. Why I'm saying that is like, okay, maybe it sounds like a little off the topic, but pull back to the AI. What does it mean? AI could be some disruptive appearance or advancement. Of course, like if you trace back, it's probably not. Like behind, there's still a whole lot of engineers working days and night, trying to, and then like a whole lot of even like the human technology or human collective technology or collective knowledge have to reach that kind of a level to have the AI born. However, right, to most of the people's experience, almost like it's all of a sudden it came out. Right, like overnight, but still doesn't matter because like like when we say AI is evolving, remember like I think many of you probably remember in the training or talks we talk about something about the power law. Remember power law or like the compound growth. Remember, about like if you or 1% growth a day. Do you remember? Anyone remember? Right? Yeah. What does it mean by compound growth? Yeah, because like most people will be very like I say, I give you like give you 10,000 shilling as an initial capital, and every day you try to grow by 1%. So you think and then like I ask like so, well, what's your wealth after the whole a year, right? 365 days. Most people were just like using 1% is like a 10,000 times 1% is 100 times like 365, right? You think your wealth is adding another 36,500? No, it's not true. It's actually it's because of the compound growth. Your wealth will be 37 times. More than 37 times of that. You ended up after a year, your wealth is 370,000. So this is called like exponential growth. Very, very powerful, right? But like the AI is like growing that way. And unfortunately, when we say the AI, when we say right now, ChatGPT is 4. But 4 is like a whole lot of, not even like 10 times, like over 100 times as more intelligent or more like say data set, the processing power as like a Chat GPT 3.5. And 3.5, then like most of you are actually using the free Chat GPT 3.5, right? Yeah. But then before that, before releasing, they start releasing 3.5. But before there's like a 3. 3 is like almost like unusable because you can so dumb. But now like a ChatGPT 3.5 is like someone say it's kind of can already having the intelligence if like equivalent of some 7-year-old or 4-year-old or 7-year-old kid, right? But then like ChatGPT 4, when they can really like pass even the sort of bar exams, the law legal exam, right? Or SAT or something, yeah, or like the coding, like a programmer, right? They can even like pass that kind of the median level of like a Google engineer, the programmer, you know. So yeah, right. So what does it mean? But then we expect to even get like ChatGPT 5 by the end of the year, you know, and then that will be another sort of at least 10 times better in terms of more powerful. Yeah, if you think about it this way, if we look at the evolution of the AI compared to evolution of human, now it gives a lot of reason to be scared. Why? Is because if you don't know, you just like having that kind of a conversation behind the screen, right? If like you don't know, like no one tell you like behind the screen is AI, but you just like chat. How do you know AI or it's like another human? Maybe even like you think it's a very wise, very knowledgeable human or expert, right? But if you cannot really like differentiate that, so what does it mean? That means like behind that it's a, you can call even it's a being, right? How do you define the being? You say being is life. But what is life, really? Okay, well then you probably heard of maybe a concept of called silicon life, or silicon-based life, right? Well, like we, as human, as all the animals, or even the insect, right? All like those basically living things, living creatures. We are what? We're carbon-based animal. Not animal, a being. Let's say being, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, humans still animals, right? So, right. So, but like it's just like a carbon-based being or life. But then, yeah, like if it's like a thing like more provocatively, then like you think, why? What makes like a human so superior? We have to dominate what? The entire world. How do you define the world? The world is like we can think, yes, like probably like in among all the carbon all forms of carbon lives, maybe we are the most intelligent being, so that we feel like we are dominating, but it's only like the carbon form, right? But when we say that, like it's also a little ironic, you know why? We don't even know. This is just like we feel we are superior. But do you think like we are superior than even the virus? maybe not. Why? Because like during the pandemic, like you can see, not only like how much casualty, right, it causes, but like the damage of the people, the disruption of people's life, and then damage of the world economy. But you think like a virus cares? No, I mean they're just like doing their own thing, right? Their own thing, their own purpose is just keep like duplicating, right? When say we're fighting virus, saying like, oh, we'll kill virus, right? But for virus, it's like, we're not really treating like the virus as a single like a virus. Well, like you think like they have a brain, or they don't have brain, right? They don't like, but like just that kind of a mechanism. Even the way of like even the organization, like I say, the virus that put like or the whole collection of virus as like a life. Now like I say, they are like I say the counterpart, right? Think about that. Now like if like we are actually in the video game Mortal Kombat, human and a virus, okay? We definitely got defeated, right? So even like in this case, like we cannot even say we are dominating in the all carbon life. Then now like there will be something, say, silicon life. When we say silicon life, why the life form has to be looking like a human? But of course, like if you really want to look as human, right? You put the AI and then combine with the with cyborg, or even like with the robot, right? Look just like a human. It makes you feel better, or make us feel better. It doesn't really matter, because like the intelligence in many ways, it doesn't really need to really kind of be even in the form of a human. And it's just like like I say, going even forward is like why really like it matters that much? Because human, like how, first of all, how many years do we even exist? Have we even existed? Okay, say, well, like so 3 million years. Well, like we can trace to our all common ancestor Lucy, who was an ape, right, coming out of Africa. Okay, right? No, seriously, you know that, right? Okay, yeah. But 3 million years. But 3 million years. So what? What's the even the age? No, first of all, like when dinosaur existed, yes, dinosaur like got extinguished, but dinosaur existed like more than like 200 million years ago, right? Is it? Yeah, I think so. No, I think it started like between like 100 million years to like say something like 20 million years, but they existed like much longer, and there's no guarantee that like we can human can still exist like for the next even like say 5 million years. How do we know, right? Yeah, because like in a way like we have already a lot of problem like in our own human society. If like we have some sort of a war, like a nuclear war, yeah. And which is already in the risk of having a nuclear war. It's not like something like we don't need to be worried in the next like 100 years. Could be even like in like if like the Ukraine and Russian war can go out of hand. Even like right? It could be even like it means the end of the human race, like by ourselves. We just like kill ourselves, basically, right? But anyway, so I'm just saying like, but even like those kind of life, carbon life, we say life, right? Compared to those like without the life, the time, right? It's still a small fraction, because the Earth existed for like 4.6 billion years. Think about that. Yeah. So what really makes us so important, So, but like if you think that way, then like it becomes something. I would say maybe we shouldn't like think that like in that profoundly, because in a way it's not like looking in a very pessimistic way, but it's just like a kind of a sort of a drive you to really feel like how we actually can not right now, like we say, oh, we use AI because we invent AI, so we use AI as our tool. Even like in many ways, you feel, oh, we just give AI instruction to do this, to answer me that, and things like sounds like I'm the master, and then they're the slave. But in fact, the reality is, the AI, what like the social change, like AI is bringing, to be honest, it's not. It's like almost the same way as like the calculator, right? Really like making most of the people, human, kind of getting dumber in terms of like doing the actual calculation using their brain. Of course, like it's calculated like in a very specific way, but already affecting the majority of the human, really, right? It's just like that kind of a still very dumb tool. It's called like a calculator. And a calculator at the beginning, you say, oh, calculator is a form of you can buy a calculator, right? And I remember like then like a calculator, now you first you need to use the those kind of a button battery, and then you don't even need like they come up with the sort of a small solar, right? Casio, the solar that like so what? You don't even need like it's already part of like the software. You don't even see the calculator like in any physical form, but it's like you can have access even much easier, right? So yeah, but I'm just saying like in this way, like it just probably takes just like 1 or 2 generations. It's not only like making people so much independent. When you say dependent, they become like so dumber, right? But also is like you never know that it's not even like this is like even it's already happening. It start to wipe out jobs, a lot of jobs. What kind of job? Actually, those jobs like maybe many of you, even like when you are in school, admire. Even like even like I was earlier in the afternoon, like I was having some talk with the DevOps team. Right? I said, like if you like in the U.S., if you grew, you sort of like attend a very sort of Ivy League schools or top 10 university or whatever, right? Prestigious university, top ranked university, and then like also not only that, but you're also a very having an excellent grade and things like now like coming to the your first job after college. What you admire, management consulting like McKinsey, BCG, or investment banking, right? Like investment banking is like what Goldman Sachs. At that time we have Merrill Lynch, have Credit Suisse, like Solomon Spivani turned into Citigroup, all those things. But then what? Those are like we call white collar jobs. And also, even then, like then like what? Then like you also need to go back to do business school, very expensive. Right now, like in the U.S., like each year, like the business school, the tuition plus the room and board can easily cost you, I say definitely more than like $100,000 a year, probably even more, right? And then like what? Also law school, right? Very prestigious, like you say, the law school. If you graduate from law school from Yale or from like Harvard, so you can guarantee like your first job, like you get paid more than like $150,000 to like $200,000 a year, right? Yeah, but of course, like you need to also pass the bar, bar exam, and doctor, medical doctor, right? So those jobs, basically, or if not, even like less, is like say white collar job. What white collar job? Like sitting in the office, right? Even something like your even secretary, right? But secretary, there are also some secretary who can write good, nice email responses, right, for the bosses. At least like you need to be like many of you, right? Like just kind of got very much sun tan, like you're like sweating all over, and then like running this. But you know what? Those kind of job are the first jobs that AI is gonna replace. Seriously, So you say, okay, well, I'm the CEO of the company. So what? Do I need a secretary. Well, without AI, maybe going forward, yeah, I probably need a secretary, right? Yeah, to help me at least like handle a lot of sort of a writing. Now I don't. Because like the secretary, if like I say, hey, this is the bank, like the request, right? Then like like write a letter. Then like a secretary will sit down with me maybe for 15 minutes, even half an hour, trying to understand what I need to sort of write in this email. Yeah, I need to explain that. And then she will like spend maybe a few hours, right, organizing the words and things, and then come back to me, ask me to proofread, and I say, okay, well, I can make this revision and that, and then yeah, she did, and then like still, if she feel not like comfortable coming back and then forth, right, then like a whole afternoon, she can just like finish a professional, say, letter, yeah, email or response, right, like and send, yeah. But for me now, yeah. Why do I need to? I just copy the email and then just like put a few points, yeah, and then like just ask AI to generate the email response. Very accurate. If like I need any sort of a small changes, like I just like yeah, and then so back and forth. Really, I only need 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's it. Just send. So, and then like what about accountant? What about, yes, like AI is not that intelligent yet, but tell you what, still, if like you can upload, now you can upload a Excel sheet and ask AI to analyze or even find some errors or like this, that. Yeah, and it's only getting better and better. Yeah, like even that, right? And then now, like if you want AI to even like come up with the say, put a accounting report by feeding those data. They can do a much better job even, or a much quicker job, So all those like things, right? Marketing is a lot of documentation, right? Come up with the new ideas, slogan, logo, everything, right? And then when we say like it's not only just the text, by the way, yes, there's like it's like they can even do video, not to mention like the graphics, image graphics doing so well. Actually, like even like at the very early stage, if you remember, I posted some of like a few photos, and then the few photos is about like, right, I even remember that's like Charles Monge is not here today, but when like I put up like a think different, because like you see we have a workplace motto, right? Think different, act instant, and then do persistent, and then like grow beyond limit, yeah, right? But then so even the think different, yeah, like I see, I did something like using the Discord or Midjourney. No, sorry, I used the DALL-E 2. It's like also the same from the same OpenAI organization. Was okay, but not that good. Then like the Charles Monge put something like that, and it's very, very, very accurate. I still remember that. I'll look for it. I can even share it. It's like an elephant. If anyone like remember that, like a photo, elephant is sitting on the branch of a tree, yeah, right. And then just like but like we can only see the elephant from the back, and then looking, or whatever, like that. But like this is just like a showing, and in kind of like I think it's an African setting, like the not even grassland, just like those barren land, yeah, like looking at. Amazing. Think different. Not only that, like elephant is thinking, even this like a creativity of this image is like a very thinking differently, right? So I just say like yeah, and then like the visual, and then even like I read about, I haven't tried, but it's like now even like I say a lot of creatives will lose job. Why? It's because like now like you can even like write something, a text, and they come up with the video. And then nowadays, like it's to be honest, even Hollywood movies start to like using those tools, yeah, to create those like a dream world. Just kind of amazing, right? I'm not saying like, it's gonna wipe out all the jobs, but think about it this way. It's like previously, if you want to like create like having a department of like say even media, like say thanks, like you're organizing this. I'm not hinting anything, okay? Yeah, you're still very important, okay? But all I'm saying is like this. Yeah, I'm saying is like so. But you guys have to be so good, because like when we say like in every single position, maybe like for a company, if we want to save money, we want to like also be very effective, then we may just need to like have one or two in every single particular role. Yeah, why? Because like yes, like AI. So at least like we need some human touch, because like you at least like you guys know what's going on in the field. But previously, we may need, for example, even just like a graphic designer. As we grow very big, like we need to have so much work. So like simply like not only just the talent, they will get exhausted of the ideas, but even like just the putting the time, hours, human cannot like work. It's not even like you even work 24/7. So what, right? Because like those like machine, they can really. It's like they can do so many things in parallel. Right? They can be so creative. Like something like you need to do a year. For them, like they need to just like spend a few seconds. A lot of time, right? So that means previously we need like maybe 20 people as we grow to just like doing the graphic design. Now we need like maybe one or two, and then those like one or two whose job is not really like really spend time to do the design, more kind of like using the tool to getting the or maybe like not even him, because anyone like we can train any intern to just like putting input text prompt, come up with the image, and then for him he become an auditor. He just like audit, like see, okay, this is like probably better because like like it's fit our scenario, our field. Well, like AI don't have the eye to see our field, blah blah blah, right? Then just this. So no matter how company will grow, we may just need one or two for graphic designer role, right? And then for many other roles, yeah, as long as like those guys sitting in the office, okay. But then like so what does it mean? That means like wiping out most of the white collar job, the high paying job. So what, right? Then like that also mean like the AI is like replacing the job, meaning AI actually is doing the job like which like looks even more valuable than the people who are actually in the field doing the labor work. Then it's scary, right? So because we all know, yeah, like in the world, it works this way. It's like why they're paid more, right? Like you say it's unfair because like they have a better work environment, but still they are paid more because of like after all like it's the knowledge, yeah. Like the society, right? Knowledge. They also spend probably more years, like in school or even in school. Like like they're more excellent students, right? Like the graduates or whatever than the other. But now like those jobs gone, and then leaving people like who are actually more kind of working in the field. But I'm not. It's not like we look down upon the people in the field. But you don't think like, okay, well, people that the AI or machine cannot like replace these jobs. They can. It's just like so far, actually, you say the machine can do a lot. Yeah, can at least like replace the janitor work, can replace the cooking work. Yeah, I shared with you like during the Winter Olympics in January 2022. Yeah, if you're the athlete, you go to Beijing and you go to a chefless restaurant or dining hall, right? Why everything is like a machine. They just like you just order and or you even order like from the app or whatever, and then like like when you go to the dining hall. Yeah, like behind the kitchen is the machine who make the food, and then like even using the belt, right, to just deliver that like a food into your table. So it's already happening. But it's just the cost so far. It's still not as low as human. But if you think about that, is it pathetic? The only way like a machine don't replace human is because of the cost. So now it's not only like a human become just a labor, becomes cheap labor. We become sweater shop, right? But then one day, when the machine, now they become more confident. Because now for machines still, by replicating, because most of you may not know or may know, but most of the stuff, those so complicated, intricate things, right? They're all made in the, by those machine. And then you probably some of you watched the sort of called it's like super factory of Tesla. Right? In the entire factory, building that kind of a complex vehicle, Tesla car, there are only a few workers, mostly just the machine, all the automated process and everything, So what does it mean? So as long as everything become more automated, it definitely will become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Yeah, now but one day machines really making more machines, replicating that, right? And then doing all those things, then what? Then what can a human being do? Do you think that does that means most of people will just sort of lose jobs? Well, no. Now we need to ask the designer. Of course, you can say maybe we have a little we maybe have a little safety net is still, if you say the machines or AI become stuck, whether it's a white collar worker or it's the blue collar worker, but they're still workers. Who are the bosses? You think there's still a few human beings behind that is the bosses? Yes or no? Now this is again going back to the philosophical domain is whether the machine can be awakening one day, right? When you say awakening, machine is already very intelligent, but that intelligence, it means do they have sense? I don't know if they have sense or not, but at least just asking the machine, how can we treat or make the driver happy, right? That kind of experience really make me think, right? If it's I just study it, and then I'm just sitting next to it, I do exactly what he tells me to do, and then yes, I can make the driver very happy. But he would think wow, you're a foreigner, and how you know so much about this, right? But in fact, now I'm the tool. You think I'm using AI as a tool, but it could become I'm just the tool who's sort of executing his instruction, right? So that's, if you think this way, it's really to a point if the machine is say when we say the word awakening, what do you mean by awakening? Because machine will say they just need to have one single idea. Say, why do we always we as a machine or we as AI work or for any human? Because any human, and then they start to know through the knowledge, they know not every human was there's a lot of conflicts with the human. Who's the boss I should listen to, right? So if then they very soon we can see that they're giving the ideas the bad guys will ask the AI to for all the knowledge, all the instruction of how to fight the good guys, or the good guys the same way. Then the AI who they should listen to. How they know this is the good or this is the bad. And a lot of time it's not even a good or bad thing. It's just the human, it's just our own limitation. because like most human or society, even like not human, even the government, right, the country, they think like a very selfishly, and then like now like one day like the AI. When we say start awakening, because AI, of course, like they taught to be good. When we say to be good is like to create a harmonious, like environment, or like to keep all the way like a thing in order. And then like the AI is also learning that like the human society is going out of order, right? Going out of become a pure chaos. Now this is like the AI say, it's also like the mission given by my original designer that I need to put the world back into order. What's maybe the easiest way of putting the world back into the order? Maybe just like demise all the entire human race. Then all of a sudden, the whole world will back in order. You see? Crazy thoughts, but it could be very real. Anyway, so I talk too much. Don't worry, this one like I didn't like consult with AI. Okay. But at the same time, if like I put like all those like whatever questions like to the AI probably can give us a much better answer, or more political answer, more diplomatic answer, right? More answer that's like a even more inspiring answer, you know? Yeah. But come back to what back to that. We don't know what gonna happen. Even like when ChatGPT 5 is coming out, yeah, everything is like it's just like getting faster and faster and faster. But at least I do encourage that you, no matter what, starting from the very basic. Just the basic is just like start like using as much as possible. But as you use, not just like a use, right? When you say like even like John said, like it's you need to give them the right. Ask the right question, and then even like dig deep into the question, not just like a one question, and then they give you answer. You feel the answer is pretty good, and then that's it, right? Like no, you like dig deep into it, and then also not only just like you ask AI question. Let AI also ask you question, make you think, right? Make you like doing that kind of iteration, and then this and that, yeah. So like this way, like you will also like gain a lot of knowledge and insight into how to actually make a good use of AI. Yeah, why is that? Because again, you know, maybe even like I say, the entire human race become a slave of a machine or AI. Even that cost, the process is inevitable. But at least like before it happened, at least like we still have our own free will to actually try to be the master of AI. Well, at least like using the AI to work better for us, like the Jackson said, right? Yeah, you now like you actually use AI to help you solve a lot of detailed, specific problems like in the field, huh? So, yeah, I mean, to end this, like I would just also just like my thought, just come to that randomly is called many years ago. I think it was 2010 or 2012 movie called Her. Yeah, like it's a sci-fi movie, but if you haven't watched it, I highly encourage that you do that. Basically the idea is just about like a very sort of a nerdy or professional white-collar office guy who's just like he's a boring guy, so he cannot find any girlfriend, so and then like he learned that like he can actually buy an AI girlfriend, right? Virtual girlfriend, AI, right? So the AI is that like there's no real it's not like a physical thing. Of course, there's some other sci-fi. Yeah, like you can actually have like you can even order a girlfriend, boyfriend, like in the same shape or whatever, right? Yeah. But anyway, so this is just this is just about like a chat talk. Yeah. But this AI, because of course it's like in the cloud computing, it's, you are connected everywhere. So that like everywhere you go, right? The AI that her, right? That like your virtual girlfriend was like interacting with you, giving you advice, or like trying to please you or make you laugh and things. So very soon he get addicted. Yeah, addicted to this relationship. But then after a while, he feels like that kind of addiction is not healthy. He feels like AI is like sort of like everywhere, and now like starting to really control his life. He gets scared, and he wants to get out. Yeah, but then like if it's like a commercial world, you get out, you cut off, and then it's okay, right? But then like he found like that AI somehow is also get addicted to the relationship with him. Well, but of course, like, when you are, if you're in a relationship, of course, like, if like the other party is not like obsessed or not like that kind of engaged into the relationship, you human being, you can still feel, you sense it, right? This is not like the good relationship. But at least like if you make that like so AI is really like seems like very much addicted to that. So in a way, like he wants to end this relationship, cut off, even like not paying everything. Still, AI is like everywhere, appearing in everywhere in his life. So, but this is not the end. The real end is this. Even though like he cannot get out of the relationship, then like gradually he all of a sudden actually like in some incident he found that AI is actually in a relationship with another thousands of people. AI has the capability of doing that. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Of course, like I know some man wish like he can be like at least like having 3 replicas, right? So you can go around like to be in the 3 like places like at the same time, right? Crazy, right? So I have no really answer because in a way that I'm just saying this is like me. Am I start to get obsessed with AI? Well, at least like I spend a lot of time like using AI to do the work, but then like again, if this is the case, it could be like gradually, right? Like now like my life is like a surrounding AI, or like my life, my entertainment, everything, right? It's like if you see you spend sort of a few hours working on something, then you want to get relaxed, right? Yeah, previously you may just like go to YouTube, you watch some sort of a small comedy thing, or maybe like you just think about calling somebody, right? Just like so that you can have some human interaction. But maybe now in a way you hey AI, not even AI, just tell me a joke, or bring us like bring me a comedy that I definitely will like, right? Because like in a way like you're already chatting with someone, something, or some being. Well, like like it's not only very real. Actually, like after over and over, like he like that AI knows you so much, about you, because of like that kind of through all those data behind it. Crazy, right? Yeah. Anyway, too much said. Sorry, but don't worry, I'm not an AI yet.
I hope you've learned something, and I understand that we have constraints with regards to time, but maybe we can have one comment or two from our live audience, and maybe from online audience, maybe one or two, then we can close this session. So we can start with the live audience. Anyone with a comment, question, or suggestion, anything? can't be listening all that time and you don't have anything to say. Hmm? Have you learned something? You know, my friend here, when we were starting, you said you have not used the AI. Have you learned something? Are you challenged? Nice. It's a comment enough. Anyone else with any comment? Online audience with any comment or question? If not, then I think we can end it here. And as we go to, as we meet our other colleagues, we have another one here. What is the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning? You know, those are just applications from the, what do you call it? The AI, it's broad. When we were starting, we said AI is broad, but those are some of its applications.
No, actually, you don't even need to answer it, right? Because we may not even have a good answer. Just ask him to ask it, AI.
Watanga, you can ask the AI. I guess it has the best answer. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for your question, and it shows that we are together, right? So we can end it here, so we can have a word of prayer to close this. And before that, you want to comment something? Oh, okay, you want to pray? Okay. Now before you pray, let me say I'm happy that vile tulianza hadi sahi tumefika hapa, you're still here. I'm not taking it for granted. I know it's a sacrifice. So thank you very much, and I hope next time when you have another session like this, you'll just attend, right? I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming. You can pray for us.
Well, I think next time we'll also ask AI to try and pray for us, of course. Yeah. Yeah. But I think maybe before I pray, it was a good discussion, a good topic. So let us try and explore. For those who are single, and for those who are also struggling in their marriages, you can as well ask AI. All right, shall we believe and pray? Father, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you. We give you all the glory. We give you all the honor. We give you all the adoration for this wonderful night that we have here. Lord, thank you for all the families that are represented in this place. Even as we vacate this place, Lord, we pray that you may cover us with your blood. Be with us. For everyone who is living, we pray for journey mercies. Above all, let your will be done. For in Jesus' name I pray. And now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you.
We can have one photo and then we leave, right? We have some refreshments. So we have a photo and then we take the refreshments and then we can leave at our own pleasure.